What's going on, my beautiful YouTube family? Today I'm going to show you the top 3 Amazon PPC keyword research strategies that will not only maximize your product's exposure, but will guarantee that you have the lowest ACoS possible. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification. That way, as I give more tips like this, you'll get notified. Alright, so welcome to the training here. We're going to be using a tool called Helium 10. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of it, but I'm going to show you some really neat tricks that you can use inside Helium 10 that will get you the best results for your Amazon keyword research. Now, before we actually get into the keyword research training, I do want to take a note that you'd want to keep a second tab open, and you can just open something as simple as Google Docs. And inside Google Docs, you're going to want to make a list in order to separate your keywords between high search volume, low search volume, and long tail keywords. And you can just see an example that I have right here. We're going to be putting high search volume keywords right here, which is 1,000 monthly searches and above. We'll be putting all low search volume keywords here and long tail keywords here. And I also have a little rule at the bottom of each, and I'll go ahead and explain that as we're going through the training. So the very first thing you're going to want to do once you have Helium 10 open is you're going to want to go to Magnet 2 Keyword Research, and then you're going to go ahead and type in your main keyword phrase there, and let's go ahead and do Get Keywords. And since we've searched it before, we're just going to do a brand new search. Now, once it gives you these results, you're going to apply some filters, so that way you can begin to organize all of the keyword data and then begin to put those keywords in their respective categories that we just went over on this Google Doc. And again, you can make this in a couple minutes. Just go to Google Docs and you can just copy what we have right here. And so once you have the results loaded up, there's a couple filters you're going to want to put. The first filter is going to be the search volume. The minimum we recommend is to do 250 monthly searches a month. And then you're going to want to click on advanced filters. And on advanced filters, you're going to want to put a little bit more keyword data that will help you refine the results more. So you're going to want to definitely have keywords that have your main keyword element. So in this case, it's going to be charcoal. And let's go ahead and see the results that we get from here. All right, so after you click apply, it's going to go ahead and filter the results for you. And this went down from 2,000 something to now 769. And these are the keywords you're going to want to work with. So you can see it has all of the search volumes right here. What's really cool about Helium 10 is that they also have the sponsored ASINs category. So this is where they're measuring on the Amazon Marketplace. They scraped all of the data and they found that there are no other ASINs that have this keyword inside their PPC campaign. So sponsored ASINs are 0, and then headline search ads 0. So sometimes these that have 0 are a great place to advertise on, because odds are there's no one else advertising, so the cost per clicks are going to be very low. This is actually the first keyword research video I'm going to do of a part of a series. So I'm going to be doing other keyword research series very soon that are actually going to go into more of the dynamics of what some of these like hardcore strategies are. But until then, I'm going to show you something to get you started with strong results already. So right away, once you have these loaded up, go ahead and export this data to Excel. And exporting keywords is super simple. All you have to do is click export here at the top right hand corner and then click Excel. And now this is going to help us look at this data and copy it over to our Google Docs. Now that you have Excel open, let's go ahead and copy the top 100 keywords. So just go ahead and select all the way down and let's copy the top 100. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy these 100 keywords into the low search volume category on the Google Docs. So we just copied over the 100. Let's go to the Google Doc. And right here, we're going to paste. And once you've pasted the keywords inside your Google Doc, go ahead and remove any keyword that's not 100% related to your product, or at least 100% relevant to your product, right? So a lot of times brand names you can remove from the keywords because if someone's typing in a brand name on Amazon, odds are they're looking to buy that specific brand, obviously. So a good place to start would be to remove potential brand names and other products that are not your product 100%. So let's look at the keywords here. As an example, magic charcoal toothpaste. I'm not too sure what that is, so we'll go ahead and remove it. Let's see, we can do, let me see, Kelly White, we'll remove that. Some of these keywords look okay. Blagic Mac, that definitely looks like a brand name. Let's go ahead and remove this one. Um, and you can basically see when you're looking at all of these keywords, from this point of view, you already know that these at least have a minimum of 250 monthly search volume in a month. And when I forgot to mention, actually, before we process the keywords over, I went ahead and clicked on search volume to have the lowest search volume first all the way to the highest search volume. So the keywords that we exported are the lowest search volume first with the minimum of 250 a month. So go ahead and go through all of those keywords yourselves and go ahead and remove all keywords that are not 100% relevant to your product. And what's really neat about this, you can also remove that, it has an ACen in front of it. So it shouldn't take too long, maybe 5 minutes to go through 100 keywords, just kind of delete them. And let's go ahead and now look at high search volume keywords. All right, so now we're back at Helium 10. And now let's go ahead and organize the keywords from highest search volume all the way to the lowest search volume. So we already got 100 keywords that are low search volume with a minimum of 250 monthly searches. And now all you have to do is go ahead and click on search volume. And let's let this organize this again. And now export this data because now it's going to show you the highest search volume keywords all the way down to the lowest. And now that you have your keywords right in front of you, what you're going to do is instead of copying the top 100 keywords, you're going to copy only the top 50 keywords. And so let's go ahead and do that right now. And you can see the search volume is in column C. And we're going to just do the top 50. There we go. All right, so once you've pasted your high search volume keywords inside of Google Docs, you're going to do the exact same thing, and you're going to go through the keywords that are not 100% relevant to your product. And the reason why you're only doing 50 keywords as opposed to 100 is because high search volume keywords are going to be much more competitive when it comes to cost per click on average. So the bids are going to be much higher than the low search volume keywords. And so ideally, you'd want to have more low search volume and long tail keywords in your campaigns. You're still going to want to have plenty of high search volume keywords, but you're just going to have less as opposed to the other categories that we have on our list here. And when you're going through these keywords, these rules that you see right here that says keep bids below Amazon's suggested bid, this is to keep your ACoS low because when you're adding these keywords, like I just mentioned, they're much more competitive. So you don't necessarily want to bid at Amazon's suggested bid or above Amazon's suggested bid. You actually want to bid below that because you can think of Amazon, the Amazon ad auction this way. They have low bids, they have their suggested bid, which is the median, and then they have the high bid thresholds. And you can see it when you're just typing in keywords. You can see they have a bid range, and the suggested bid is the median of that range. And so for high search volume keywords, you'd ideally want to keep your bids 30% around that below the suggested bid, just so you can make sure you have a low ACoS. And who knows, if you're doing really well in terms of ACoS, obviously you can go above that. But if you're just starting out, it's best to keep the bids 30% below that. And so as you're going through your keywords, all of the keywords that you're adding, so let's say the first month, right, you don't want to add all 50 keywords to your campaigns right away. Let's say you just want to add 10. So you'll just go to the 10 keywords after you've filtered through them, right? 100% relevant keywords only. And go ahead and just change the color to red. That way you know that these keywords are currently in use. And you're going to do the same thing with the low search volume keywords. All the keywords that you're using, go ahead and batch them. You don't want to put them all in 1 month, right? Segment them into different months. And after the first 30 days, you can go in there and begin doing your keyword optimization and pausing keywords. And then once you begin month 2, you can begin adding new keywords to your campaigns. And that's how you're going to continually churn out keywords when you're optimizing your Amazon PPC campaigns. You don't want to put them all at once because that's too many variables you're optimizing for, and you can have an extremely high ACoS, especially if you're just getting started. And just like the high search volume rule was 30% below Amazon's suggested bid just to protect your ACoS, low search volume keywords, you can be a little bit more generous with your bids. And you can actually bid above Amazon's suggested bid if you don't want to bid at Amazon's suggested bid level. So if you want to go a little bit higher than Amazon's suggested bid, you actually get more impressions, and on average, low search volume keywords will be much less competitive than your high search volume keywords. Again, this is to maximize your sales and have your ACoS as low as possible. And again, you'll have more low search volume keywords in your campaigns than you will have high search volume keywords. And that's just, again, to sort of balance each other out, right? High search volume, you're not going to bid as high, but there's a lot of search volume anyway. So odds are you're going to have plenty of clicks at the lower bids. And the lower search volume, you're going to want to bid higher than that because there's less sellers competing for those keywords, and there's still sales to be made, so you'll also have a low ACoS. So I wanted to show you how that sort of balances each other out. And now let's go ahead and do the last category in this Amazon PPC keyword setup, and that's long tail keywords. All right, now let's go ahead and go back to Helium 10, and let's go ahead and apply one more filter so we can start targeting long tail keywords. That filter is going to be the word count. So under word count, go ahead and put 4, and then click apply so we can go ahead and look through the keyword database. And so once that loads up, let's go ahead and see what Amazon has. Okay, beautiful. So right here, you're going to see a lot of keywords that are going to be ideal to have in your campaigns, along with the low search volume and the high search volume keywords. So again, let's go ahead and just export this data and go ahead and look through it on Excel. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and copy the top 100 long tail keywords here. So you're just going to highlight this and then copy the top 100. And the long tail keywords are going to be the median between the high and the low search volume keywords. And you don't have to worry about any overlap because Amazon won't let you add keywords that you already have in your campaigns. So it's best just to copy these, do the same process that we just went over, right? So we'll go to Google Docs. Let's go ahead and go to long tail keywords right here, and let's go ahead and paste those. And you're going to have some overlap from the other two categories once you're adding these keywords in your campaigns. But like I said, you don't need to worry about that because Amazon won't let you have duplicate keywords so long as the match types are the same, right? So they have broad, phrase, and exact. So again, go through this entire keyword list and look through all of the keywords that are not 100% relevant to your product or potentially brands themselves. So you can delete that one. And again, once you're using these keywords, you're going to want to go ahead and highlight them in red so that way you make a note to yourself that those keywords are already in use. And with long tail keywords, you can do both up or down. It really depends on what your preference is. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive with your PPC strategy, then you can do 30% above Amazon's suggested bid, or you can simply leave these keywords themselves at Amazon's suggested bid, and you don't even have to worry about it. And I usually recommend split testing, right? Just so you can know which bid strategy will work best for your product. So if you find that you're getting more sales at a low ACoS, even though your bids are higher, then go with the higher bid. If you see that you're doing better on the lower bid, go ahead and keep them at the lower bids, but you're going to want to split test both because you need to have that data in order to make accurate business decisions for your Amazon FBA business. So you're going to want to follow these exact Amazon PPC optimization strategies so that way you're not guessing your way through the Amazon PPC world. Amazon PPC is something that does take time in order to see optimal results, and you do need to have a way to organize that data. And so doing it very simply, like I just went over, having the keyword research, adding them to a Google Doc, and then highlighting keywords that you're already using in your campaigns will allow you to organize and better handle stressful ACO situations, because if you don't have it organized, you're not going to really know what the reason behind a high ACoS is. You're just going to see that you have some keywords in a campaign and they're just not working. Whereas with this strategy, you actually have rules in place based on the keywords themselves. And again, it wasn't anything fancy, but it will allow you to stay profitable, especially if you're a beginner selling on Amazon. Now, I will be releasing very soon the second video to my Amazon PPC keyword research series. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that way you don't miss out on that video training, because that's going to be some very high level optimization tips based on the keyword research we just went over. I'm going to actually break down campaign mechanics and placement optimization, and a lot of cool things that can really help you maximize your sales on Amazon while keeping your ACoS very low. And if you haven't already, join my private Facebook group at ZonRush, where we share and exchange the latest, newest tips of what's working today in the Amazon PPC world. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there and have a great day.